So that's the situation in India. Shortages, death and panic. In times like this, global support counts for a lot, and India demonstrated this last year. Hospitals in the West were swamped. They had no PPE kits, no masks, no medicines. It was India that came to their rescue. This year, we are seeing a role reversal. India's caseload is steadily rising. But on the other side of the world, things are improving. Europe and America are emerging from the pandemic, so naturally you would expect them to repay the favor. Instead, we got snarky remarks and delays. The United States was the most curious case. Washington kept talking about the importance of US-India ties. At the same time, they were withholding critical raw materials. This action had consequences. Without raw materials from the US, Indian vaccine makers could not expand output. But the State Department saw things differently. They came up with the most bizarre defense. When asked about the embargo, listen to this.
This country has been hit harder than any other country around the world. More than 550,000 deaths, tens of millions of infections in this country alone. But there's also a broader point here that I made yesterday, that it's, of course, not only in our interest to see Americans vaccinated, it's in the interest of the rest of the world to see Americans vaccinated.
The State Department believes getting Americans vaccinated is a global priority. Talk about superiority complex. The US may be a superpower, but its people are not a super species. So there's no reason why Americans deserve the jab more than the people in Asia or Africa or Latin America do. That's exactly what the US was doing until this weekend, hoarding vaccines, blocking raw materials, and telling the world it's in their best interest. Criticism followed, and America changed tack. You see, countries like the US play to the gallery. And in the last few days, the world's attention has turned to India. Every major newspaper was carrying the story. People started talking about America's embargo and its selfishness. So the tone changed. Suddenly, Joe Biden remembered how India had helped his country last year. This is what the president tweeted on Monday. Just as India sent assistance to the United States as our hospitals were strained early in the pandemic, we are determined to help India in its time of need. America has finally relented. It is poised to send ventilators, PPE kits and vaccine raw materials to India, but it shouldn't have been this hard. Since Biden imposed the embargo, India has added 6 million new infections. 6 million. Nearly 40,000 deaths. The fact is, when India needed the US, it vanished. And now that the world is watching, it is eager to help. Hardly the actions of an ally, let alone a friend. So what's the lesson here? Was India wrong in depending on other countries? Has the spirit of globalization failed the test of tragedy? The biggest takeaway is this. There is no substitute for self-reliance. Even the champions of globalization are dabbling in vaccine nationalism. They're shutting borders and stocking vaccines. India did the exact opposite. It gifted millions of doses to neighbors, took on the mission of vaccinating Africa and Europe. In hindsight, critics may question the wisdom, but hindsight, we say, is a dangerous place to dwell. India can be proud of its vaccine diplomacy. The rest of the world is responding in kind now. At the same time, the lesson is clear. India must build its own arsenal. Because when the next tragedy strikes, things will not be any different. The US and Europe will still put their own citizens first. And for the record, many Indian firms are supplying raw materials for Pfizer and Moderna. Now, this is not something many are reporting. New Delhi could have leveraged this. It chose not to. India did not stop the export of vaccine raw materials. Well, this is the language America understands, the language of power and arm twisting. And quite frankly, we should not be surprised. The US has repeatedly failed when India has sought help. This was not a handout. India was buying raw materials for vaccines. American companies were being paid for these supplies. Now, look at some instances in history. In the 1990s, Americans refused to share the cryogenic technology for space missions, so India got down to building its own. It was not easy work. There were multiple setbacks on the way, but in the year 2017, India's homegrown cryogenic engine was tested successfully. Here's another instance. This is from 1999 during the Kargil war. Pakistani troops had taken up strategic positions. India requested GPS data from the region. Now, GPS could have been a game changer in Kargil, but we will never know because the US government denied India's request. 2 decades later, India has its own GPS. It is called the NAVIC system. Experts say NAVIC is even more accurate than GPS in the Indian subcontinent. What we are trying to say is this: India has thrived in adversities. Some of our finest moments have come amid hardships. The Wuhan virus pandemic should be no different. A post-pandemic India must target self-reliance in public health. For a country with 1.3 billion people, pandemics are a bigger threat than wars. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.